everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's Cooks' Saints going up against Fitzgerald's Cardinals. And with that, it's off to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, where we'll hand it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. And we say hi again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin here as we count down to kickoff. I turn to my partner, that's Charles Davis. And Charles, Larry pointed out in the open, we've got a pretty good matchup of wide receivers here this afternoon, don't we?
And those guys have such a big impact on the game nowadays. We know it's a throwing game, but the guys who can go up and get it, the guys who can break tackles after the catch and make bigger plays, oh yeah, they love spotlight as well. They want the football, they want the attention.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes Carson Palmer to lead Arizona. They kept their slim playoff hopes alive at 5-6-1 now with a 31-23 win over Washington this last week, Charles. He hit 300 yards on the nose, did Palmer, and 3 touchdowns.
I can't believe you just said slim playoff hopes alive for the Arizona Cardinals and Carson Palmer, because that's not what anyone expected when this season kicked off. But Carson Palmer is a competitor. He does not want to let that hope go. They can get him back to the playoffs and maybe do some damage then.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 72 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So New Orleans gets set to go on offense. Drew Brees, who's just 184 yards from 65,000 in his career after throwing for 326 in Week 13. But no touchdowns, 3 interceptions in that game.
Those are the numbers that stand out to me, because the 326, I hate to say it, but almost feels like normal. But 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Drew Brees is very good with the football, very accurate. And the 0 touchdowns broke a streak of 60 straight games at home in which he threw a touchdown pass.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
Now Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Now Breeze on 3rd down. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. He finds his target, John Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 18. Now Palmer on 1st down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And And Fitzgerald, a guy, Charles, we've talked about a lot this season. Week 13, with his 10 catches, he moved past Chris Carter and Marvin Harrison into third on the NFL's career reception list.
And we know all about his athleticism. He can be phenomenal, breathtaking at times. We've talked about how cerebral he is, where he's invited in all the top receivers of his era and then the guys before to give him tips and teach him how to be a better receiver. But we don't talk about how he takes care of himself. Proper amount of sleep, proper nutrition, make sure his body is taken care of with massages and everything, so he can make sure he's at the top of his game for practices and, of course, NFL action.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both teams have played a clean first half and that there are no turnovers to this point. That being the case, it's no surprise that we have a very close game at halftime. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. 1st and 10, Brown's gonna haul in the pass, and after the long pass, he'll score. Cardinals is up now by 7. Cardinals take it early in the second. Palmer's got the completion here, and he'll be tackled at their own 39-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, the catch in traffic made by Fitzgerald, and he'll end up at the 25-yard line before being tackled.
Okay, Larry, back here, 7-0 our score as we ready ourselves for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Brees going to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. He's back to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Back to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
A big pick there by Patrick Peterson. This one's going to seal victory for his team. Not much of a surprise for me that he actually comes down with the football. Excellent hands. Played some offense while he was in college. And even here at Arizona, he's done the exact same thing.
Yeah, back at LSU, and a big pick here for the Cards. And trotting back out there now, this Saints defense. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Down to a knee goes Palmer, and that should wrap this one up. Here's Drew Butler now as he's on to punt for Arizona. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.